Cardboard was first invented in the 15th century in China, and the UK was the first to invent like a paperboard box. And since then, it's become one of those things that I think we all take for granted. It's so commonly used, it's almost like oxygen. Like we don't really notice it, but I bet we will really notice it once we don't have it. Now, Doublet, a Japanese brand founded by Masayuki Ino, they're known for like very out there, very crazy, and just different types of designs. They have teamed up with Asics, and they have created a sneaker that is inspired by cardboard. Doublet Asics Gel-Kayano 20 cardboard. Now, the shoe dropped on November 16th for $225 in the United States. This shoe was first seen in the fall-winter showcase for Doublet, and I believe it was also showcased during Paris Fashion Week. I don't really follow that industry at all. I'm not like a designer type of dude, but it is finally here as a general release. And first impressions of this shoe. This is one of those shoes where I just wanted it to have it in hand and just expand the variety of shoes that I review, that I wear, and that I get my hands on. So I will admit that I don't love it. I've never really loved this whole running shoe, kind of dad shoe type of vibe. It's just not my thing. I know it is popular now, but never really caught on to it. So in terms of the overall aesthetic, I can't say I'm in love with this colorway, but it's almost a shoe that I got just to expand my own knowledge and get a shoe in hand that's just so different and so out there. Now, the upper of the shoe, yeah, very, very, very different. It is made out of Tyvek. And Tyvek, if you didn't know, it is actually a company that is owned by DuPont, which is like a huge chemical manufacturer, just a huge, huge company. And it's a material often used in like protective apparel. So you see like those kind of hazard suits, or I don't know the technical medical name for it, but it is very distinct and it does have this kind of cardboard feel to it. Now, it is waterproof and it is very durable. So even though it feels like cardboard, if you wear the shoe like out in the rain, it's not gonna like completely crumble on you. And the colors used as well as the storytelling is very different as well. So on the right shoe, on the toe box, you'll see like the beginning of like an Asics logo. But then on the left shoe, you'll see something slightly different. So you see like the beginnings of an address. And you also see like pinkish hues. Very subtly, you see Doublet branding. On the medial side of the left shoe, you'll see like asics.com. And then on the toe box area, you see like this blue sticker. And then on the medial side of the left shoe, you see like more labels. And it's also achieved this kind of shipping cardboard box aesthetic, with the blue representing like the tape that you often see on boxes. And speaking of blue, the shoe does come with one extra set of laces. So blue laces. Now, out of the two, I think the blue laces actually look pretty nice, but I think I'd still prefer to go with this brown laces out of the box. I think it just blends in a little better on the upper of the shoe. And then on the tongue, at the top of the tongue, you get like this TPU Asics logo. Now, in addition to just the Tyvek material throughout the upper, you also get like these TPU caging. So like on the logo itself, as well as this architecture inspired pattern, that is what Asics calls their fluid fit caging system. And that is meant to achieve like stability when you go for runs. And also, in their words, to provide a glove-like fit. And then very subtly on the heel, just in case you forget what shoe you're wearing, you get Gel-Kayano 20. And then on the booty of the shoe, that TPU caging extends all the way to the back, and you'll see gel on the back. So yeah, just so much going on, but I will say it doesn't look like super messy. Maybe that toe box on the right shoe, that does stand out quite a bit. And the blue sticker, yes, it does stand out, but yeah, I think it could have looked really, really like dirty and just too much. But they actually did a pretty decent job, I will say. The Gel-Kayano 20 does come with two gel inserts. So one on the heel, one on the forefoot, and the density is different. So on the heel, when you go running, I'm not a big runner, so this isn't like my expertise. But when you're running on the heel, that is where the majority or a lot of pressure really lands. So you want different densities on the heel versus the forefoot. And Asics also uses their guidance trust stick system. Essentially, that is made of two carbon reinforced supports. And that is meant to reduce local pressure when you're like flexing under normal circumstances. But if the arch of the foot rolls too much, it actually becomes more rigid. So it really adapts to the movement of your feet when you're wearing this shoe. And again, I stress, I'm not a runner, so like I can't feel all the intricacies of like a running focused shoe. So I'm not exactly the expert here in how this shoe would do when you go for a run. And on the outsole, it is a rubber outsole, pretty standard. Gel-Kayano 20 outsole. There's no like special branding or special designs here. And even though I'm not a runner, I can speak on the sizing comfort of the shoe. I am a wide and flat footer for the shoe, just went true to size. I will say around the arch area, it can feel slightly tight when you first break the shoe in, but not too much. If you have wide and flat feet, I do still recommend just sticking true to size, break the shoe in a bit. I think you would prefer that rather than going up half a size. And I will say lengthwise, it fits like a glove. It really does. I don't really have any complaints there. Now, in terms of the overall comfort of this shoe, I always expect a pretty comfortable ride when I wear like an Asics shoe. And I think this is a super comfortable shoe. It really does feel great when you're just walking around. It feels high enough or like far away enough from like the ground. As someone that wears like a ton of Jordan retros, old Nike shoes, you feel very flat to the ground. As I get older, that doesn't feel too good on my knees or on my feet. So there's decent firmness on the shoe. But honestly, to my bad old knees, it feels really, really good. And the insole of the shoe, just Asics and Doublet branding in this brownish type of tan color. Now the box of the shoe might seem just like another cardboard box, but it is not. It is very, very different. So apparently you can like, flatten the box and cut out the shapes and you would be able to actually make a cardboard sneaker. I'm not gonna do that. I don't wanna ruin the box. Yeah, apparently you can do that. So if you see on the back and on the lid and all outside the box, there are like patterns or templates where you can cut it out. You also have Doublet Asics branding paper, and on the inside there's like shapes of an insole with Asics and Doublet branding as well. And that brings the total sole score of the Doublet Asics Gel-Kayano 20 to 38 out of 50. A pretty good score compared to other collaborations. Now first to this colorway. I like brown shoes, but I will say, just in terms of overall colorway, I don't love it. It exactly achieves the point of the shoe, which is to make it look like cardboard, but if I was just judging this off its colors alone, I don't love it. I don't really love the very subtle, but it's there, the subtle hits of pink and the random blues. I get the point. Again, the storytelling is impeccable, which I'll get to later, but the blues just kind of become a bit of an eyesore. I don't love how it's on the shoe. So yeah, overall not a colorway that I love, but I can't give it too low of a score because the objective of this shoe isn't exactly to create like the most appealing colors. And in terms of the materials, Tyvek on a sneaker, I don't know, I haven't like experienced too many sneakers with Tyvek material, but it is a material that is rare and you don't often see on sneakers. It is used for protective clothing, protective apparel a lot in certain industries. It is water resistant, so in terms of like functionality and the way it achieves the cardboard look, yeah, I can really appreciate it. And in terms of the comfort of the shoe, very, very comfortable. No complaints. For the wide footers out there, the arch area, wide and flat footers, I might stress. The arch area, because we don't have an arch, might feel a little tight initially, but when you break it in, it starts to go away and it starts to just become very, very comfortable under your feet. The cushioning is really decent. Not too soft, but it strikes a really good balance. And in terms of the overall versatility of the shoe, the silhouette, especially with the whole running dad shoe vibe that is popular now, I wonder when that kind of trend will end. Probably soon, but it is still, I think, pretty popular now. I've never really caught onto it. I don't think it's a great look. I don't think it's like the most wearable and versatile silhouette. And in terms of the wearability of the colorway, come on, it really does look like you're wearing kind of cardboard sneakers. So that does not lend itself to be a very wearable and versatile shoe. But in terms of the storytelling, really well done, really creative, just so different, so out there, and it achieves what it wants to achieve with the shipping labels and the tape with the blue hints, as well as the overall material chosen, while not sacrificing like practicality and functionality. The materials chosen, yeah, the story is really well done. And not to mention the box, that is crazy. The fact that you can like cut it out and like theoretically put it into a cardboard sneaker. I'm not gonna do that, but theoretically you can. I think just the execution and the details, yeah, just really well done. There are a lot of shoes that I don't absolutely love, but I can definitely appreciate. And this is a prime example of one of them. If this was just sitting on a shelf with some other shoes and I had to pick one, probably wouldn't be this. But as someone that loves sneakers, I do like when people try very different things. They take a huge swing. They might not always hit. It might not be for me. I might not be the target audience, but I really appreciate the effort and just the creativity and kind of against the grain craziness that they come out with. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Sole Inclined. Let me know what you think of the Doublet Asics Gel-Kayano 20. Like, subscribe, comment, all the good stuff. And remember, tomorrow may never come. The way your shoes.